lollipop kids, the lollipop kids. We represent the lollipop kids, and we welcome you to Munchkin Land. Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Matt here. Hope you're doing well. So this past weekend, the new film Wicked came out in theaters. This is based on a Broadway play that started over 20 years ago. I think this is also a spin-off of The Wizard of Oz. And honestly, I've never seen the Broadway play. But I do know Wizard of Oz. I don't know who hasn't grown up watching the original Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland. It is a classic. It revolutionized film in its own way, blending black and white and color at the time. Judy Garland became a star, playing Dorothy. And it's a movie that, so many schools will put on the Wizard of Oz play. There have been other iterations of Wizard of Oz. They've done prequels, like the one that Disney did 11 years ago, Oz the Great and Powerful, which I actually enjoy. That was the one with James Franco. And now we got Wicked. Like I said, based on the Broadway play. It's broken up into two parts. But this is only part one. Part two will come out next year. And originally I wasn't going to go see this movie, but with the great reviews, it has over a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought, okay. I grew up with The Wizard of Oz. If I only had a brain, a heart. I thought, hey, what the heck? We got Cynthia Erivo. She's climbing up the ladder in Hollywood. I don't know anything about Ariana Grande except she's a singer. I don't know if she was on Disney Channel before. That was way after my time. So, I was going into it. You got John M. Chu directing. He did Crazy Rich Asians, which is good. He did that Justin Bieber film, Never Say Never. So I was curious. And so, let's get into it. Positives. Cynthia Erivo is excellent as Elphaba, aka the Wicked Witch, or becomes the Wicked Witch. Wicked is kind of a prequel to the original Wizard of Oz. Cynthia Erivo is great in here. She has so much depth and range. She really brings out the character. And not only that, but then the flyer scenes that she really brings depth to the role. The party sequence is probably the best sequence in this film. And that was the moment of moments for her character to really shine. Not to mention Cynthia Erivo can also sing. So you bring in the musical numbers and she just has that powerful voice. And really at the end of part one, when she sings the song Unlimited. Unlimited. I'm sure you've heard it. It's been in every commercial leading up to this movie. Even if you've never seen the Broadway play. So Cynthia Erivo is the reason to definitely see this movie. The production design, set design, it all looks amazing. The costume design, a lot of it, funny enough, even though it looks like a lot of it's probably CGI and green screen, they actually built most of the sets in this film, or the scene where you see Elphaba running through the cornfield or the hay field, the wheat field, one of the fields. They actually planted wheat, so that's all real. That ain't no CGI. This ain't a George Lucas movie where everything is CGI. The cinematography looks amazing in here. Once we see the wizard, he has this little musical number, and it feels like old Hollywood feel, like old Hollywood filmmaking, and which is great because in the Wizard of Oz, or in the world of the Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz was all practical. So to bring that back was great. He does have humor throughout. Not that much. This is more of a emotional musical drama, if you will. But the humor comes and goes, and I was laughing at a few moments. The movie has some great Easter eggs. If any of you know the Wizard of Oz, when they go see the wizard, he has like a little model of Oz, the whole city of Oz, and he's trying to say, he's asking Ephraim and Glenda, what should the road mean? Should it be blue? Should it be red? He's showing different colors. Should it be green? Should it be yellow? Like, follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. That was a nice Easter egg there because you know what color the road is going to be. Then there's another scene where Ephraim is rescuing this little cub lion, and she put them in the basket. No, this is not Silence of the Lambs. Put the lotion in the basket. Where she puts this little lion in the basket, and she gets on this bike, starts riding the bike. And obviously that's, clue people in the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy getting on the bike with Toto in the basket. This movie does have CGI. There's animals that talk. And the CGI looked good, in my opinion. Also, this movie, like the first hour of this movie or so, Ephraim and Glenda are at this school. And it, for people with powers, witches. And it almost were any animals that can talk and different, wizards, if you will, or people that can do magic. It reminded me a lot of Harry Potter, like, going to Hogwarts. And so I kind of like that because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So I kind of dug that stuff, like, oh, this reminds me of Harry Potter. Harry Potter? And since most of the Harry Potter movies came out in November, half of them did, it almost felt like stepping back into that world of magic. Of course, the musical numbers. I wasn't familiar with these because I've never seen the Broadway play. Obviously, the main one is Unlimited. Because like that, I've been hearing that on commercials and advertisements at the movie theaters. So, that was the main one that stuck out enough near the end of the movie. And the other ones are good too. I mean, like I said, Oz Striker, Jeff Goldblum, he has a musical number. Glenda has a musical, Ariana Grande. But yeah, the musical numbers are good. I think the main one, like I said, is Unlimited because they've been promoting that one so much. My negatives with this movie. I don't know Ariana Grande that well. And I don't know if this is more her than the character of Glenda. The G is silent. But I don't know if it was her voice, but she annoyed me throughout the movie. That's just me. Especially knowing that they were looking at Amanda Seyfried to play Glenda. Actually, Amanda Seyfried, who's seen French. She actually auditioned multiple times. And she even worked on her vocals to do the singing. And I personally, and I know Amanda Seyfried also was in the Mamma Mia movies, Mamma Mia, and she had to sing in those. So for me, I almost would have rather seen Amanda Seyfried in the role of Glinda. Because I don't know if it's Ariana Grande's voice, when it was like, I don't want to sound mean here, but it's like that squeaking noise, like when your dog gets one of those squeaking toys, and the first 2 times, okay, that's nice. Oh look, the dog is playing with the toy. Yep, squeak, squeak. Well then when your dog keeps doing it over and over and over and over, to the point that you go and grab the toy and put it away. Yeah, that's how I feel at a certain point. Like, okay, her voice is really annoying. Like, really annoying. And this is an over 2 hour and 40-minute movie. So yeah. Also, and that's really minor, maybe it's just, I've gone back and watched the original Wizard of Oz. I don't remember Glinda sounding that annoying. And then the worst part of this movie. This is not really the movie's fault, this is the Broadway character. How the character is written. Oh my god. Glinda in Wicked is the worst character of all time. This person has no redeemable qualities. She is awful to everybody. And I mean everybody. And I'm like, okay, I thought Glinda was the good witch. Have I been lied to this whole time? The whole time? I mean, I don't remember her being mean in The Wizard of Oz. I don't remember her being mean in Oz the Great and Powerful. I'm like, this is like the worst character of all time. And I've seen a lot of movies. We've seen a lot of bad characters. I mean, Gone Girl, anybody? Rosamund Pike? But this character is awful. And then I talked to a co-worker of mine who saw the movie over the weekend. She was like, yeah, she gets better in part 2. She becomes Glinda the Good Witch that you know of from the original Wizard of Oz in part 2. And I'm like, well, I just sat down and watched a 2 hour and 40 minute movie. That's almost as long as getting up to Lord of the Rings runtime. And she doesn't change in this movie, except maybe near the very end, that third act, when she sees what the wizard and Michelle Yeoh's character have done. Other than that, I'm like, and then my co-worker was like, well, during the party scene, I was like, no, during the party scene, she had her own motivation for that. She wasn't being nice to be nice. She had a motivation to be nice in that very moment to get what she wants. But this character is awful. Awful. Then I said to myself, and that's the first, we don't even get to the party scene till over an hour plus into the movie. Because I said, this is a 2 hour and 40 minute movie. And I said, I remember sitting in the theater going, and this character doesn't start having a character arc, like now, I might get up and walk out of the theater. Because this is horrible character. I said, not the acting, like Ariana Grande doesn't have that squeaky voice. But once again, you get the squeaky voice and a horrible character, you put them together, not enjoyable. No joy. Overall, I still give it a 4.3 out of 5. If part 2 is even better than this part, and Glinda becomes the Good Witch, and they're going to throw in Dorothy and bring more of the actual Wizard of Oz story into part 2, I might have a different opinion of part 1 down the road. Let me know in the comments below, did you see Wicked? Are you a fan of the movie? Did you see the Broadway play? Let me know in the comments below. Matt the Mac. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard.